Welcome everybody to 48 Talk episode 125. I am your host, Rageable as always. Joining me this time is DX Takamina on the right and Colin Janssen on the bottom right. Hey everybody.
Hello.
Alright, before we get into basically the biggest topic that there is for this week, we'll do that later in the show since it's gonna be the majority of this episode. But we don't want to forget the other news that happened since that's also somewhat important but not compared to the biggest thing. But we want to save that for last. So how are you guys doing before we really start?
What a turbulent week.
Yeah, tell me about it.
A roller coaster of events. I didn't think 2019 would go doing this right away.
No.
Just like,
Yeah,
okay,
no.
we forgot everything we did in 2018. Here you go.
Yeah, pretty
Clean
much.
slate, but not very clean.
It didn't
Yeah.
took long to. Yeah.
So, yeah, the biggest thing, other than the obvious topic, is we had some graduation announcements
Oh
in
man.
between. I
Yep.
think 3 or 4 of them.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
We have a lot, and there's one that's a big
Yeah.
one.
That's
For one
the-
of
One, yeah.
that's a
us.
big one actually. Yeah, they did the request hour, like the stages before request hour. They already
No, there
No.
were team concerts from
Yeah,
A,
team concerts.
K, B, 4, and 8.
Yeah.
And Team 8 had 3 concerts. 3 concerts. Before we begin there, I do want to say like applause to everyone, all the members for the concerts, because that's a pretty heavy thing to do, especially Team 8. They had, like I said, 3 concerts. One where they were all of them performing, and
Yeah.
the other 2 were divided. On top of the team performances, concerts, I mean, because
well.
all the
Yep.
Team 8 members are Kenyan.
Mhm.
So they all had like 3 concerts. Like
Wow.
almost every Team 8 member, if I'm correct, had 3 concerts they had to do. So that's
Wow.
That's
So
pretty
there
good.
was a Team 8 East and a Team 8 West concert then.
no, they divided it between Team Cuties and Team Foxies. And then
Oh, right.
everyone.
Ah, okay.
it was literally called everyone.
No, but was before, because the Tokyo Dome City Hall will be having request hours soon, and
Yeah.
this was before request hour basically. So,
Yeah,
Mm.
just all the cons.
but
the
did they
teams
perform some songs of request hour?
Yeah.
I thought 100 till something 70, 71.
Are you talking about the Thanksgiving concert?
No. Did they actually perform some songs for request hour? Just basically what I'm getting on my Twitter feed. That's
Yeah.
all I'm hearing about.
Oh, the Kohaku, you mean? I believe
Kohaku?
it's Kohaku.
Okay.
I saw something today. Maybe we're going off topic, but I saw something today
no.
from the Kohaku they did in early December. I did saw a tweet from Seichan doing it, and I think they did a live stream of it again.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
that
got-
may have been the thing,
nice.
but I didn't watch it because I didn't know that they were doing that.
No,
have to
request
watch
hour
so much,
itself.
yeah.
Yeah. Request hour itself is on January 18th, so not yet.
Yeah, few days.
Yeah, so what, like you said, we had Team A, Team K, Team B, Team 8, and Team 4 performing all their different kind of songs during that. I would say the biggest news announcement, of obvious because of the rest happening, there were no other announcements, just
Not yet, I
one
guess.
graduation announcement, and that is, sadly, Kojima Mako has decided
Yeah.
to
Oh,
hang
Yep,
up her boost.
Sadly so.
And
I really wish
while
that
I'm
Ye-
saying this, Yeho was currently crying out loud.
mhm.
Yep. Oh, man.
Mako.
He had 2 of his Oshis graduate. Owadanana and Kojima Mako. Oh my god.
Is he Oshiless right now?
Yeah, he
think-
says he says he's double D at the moment, so yeah.
He's a temporary DD.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's really... Well, it's not over yet. Still, she announced that in May is her last Handshake event. And there
Yeah.
will probably a theater concert. I don't know if she... Is Kojima Mako worthy of getting her own concert?
That's a good
That's a
question.
good question, to be quite honest.
I don't... Personally, I think no.
I
She's
would-
popular,
I would
but
like
not...
to, yeah.
Yeah,
I would like to, but
there need to be more members to have than a concert like that.
Yeah, maybe like a small venue or something. Like when I say small, I mean like I don't know, like a cafe event or something, or like a special event, like they do or did. Yeah, primarily did, and around the cafe where members would like do stuff with fans, like something along those lines. But maybe they can do something like that. But yeah, concert is she's not that level, unfortunately.
Well,
Sadly so.
what will happen in the future? I think she's gonna do some entertainment stuff. She's still not planning to hang up. She still has some dreams,
Yeah.
and she said she could achieve it while in AKB, but she wants to do it on her own. And yeah, there's more power to her. A little sad. It's like now there's one 14 generation left.
Yeah.
That's of course Oganana. She knew that it was happening because they had this talk so many times 2 years ago. She was even thinking about it. So, what we could say with the journey from Kojima Mako? I think she was heavily pushed at
She
a
was
point.
heavily pushed, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was part of the Three Musketeers back then, and those three were heavily pushed.
And the biggest mistake was to, with a shuffle, break those three up
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And then they returned, but it was never the same again. And they tried it again, moving in there, and she's like, it's not happening.
No,
And I think
just
with
didn't
Last
work out.
Senkyo, it was another push. Like, I'm not in Sanbatsu, it's not gonna happen.
No, she did ranked up from 2017 till 18. I think from 24 to 19.
Yeah, just
But yeah, it's like she
It was
couldn't
enough.
get past.
yeah, it wasn't enough. So yeah.
Wasn't enough. Yeah, that's true. It's like you kind of get it. Like she wasn't able to. She was in the Sanbatsu like a lot. I want to say in the past
Yeah,
2
the
years.
management. Yeah, the management chosen Sanbatsu. She was pretty much standard name to be mentioned, but
I think-
on the Sosenkyo, she always made it to top level undergirls, but never broke that ceiling to Sanbatsu. So
Yes, that's true. I think No Way Man is the first one in a long while that's not management chosen, that she is not in it. And
No,
not that that's a reason, but it's
No
like,
way, man.
Yeah, No Way Man. I checked. She's not in No Way Man.
Okay.
She's in
yeah,
one
but
of
that
the
song was
B-sides.
more of a Produce 48.
Yeah, that's kind of like it's not really a reason. That's what I wanted to say. But it's like, yeah, it's she couldn't really break the mold. She was standard Sanbatsu, but it's like she didn't really did like huge things. You know, I mean, Yahagi Moeka is getting her own concert. It's like Komi, not
Yeah.
really.
She never got that. Did she get?
No.
Did she ever get a solo concert?
No.
No,
I don't think so, to be quite honest.
she got a few center songs on B-sides and albums.
Yeah, true.
Most of them duets, I want to say.
Mhm.
It's like, yeah, it's kind of sad. I personally think it's kind of
She was heavily
Too
pushed,
early.
and like too pushed.
yeah, maybe for the fans, for the Wotas, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, it's sad. It's like that was not a graduation that I was expecting, to be honest. Like,
No.
No, not yet, to be quite honest.
No.
Maybe in the future, like in 1 or 2 years, but not right now, I would say so.
yeah, it's kind of too soon, at least for me. It's like there were a few members there. I'm like, yeah, I can't see them graduate this year, but Mako did not. I
No,
think
not at all.
no.
Did you guys see the
Like-
post Takashi Judy did after the announcement?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
what's the animal again? The raccoon.
Otter.
Right?
Raccoon.
Oh, otter. Oh yeah, the otter. Yeah.
Otter and an egg. Otter
Oh, yeah.
holding an egg. I was like,
Yep.
oh, they accepted the internet.
They embraced it pretty much, finally.
Well, still, those two are very close friends, and it's sucky, and
Yep.
no, for Yeo, of course, losing your Oshi is always sucky, you know. Well,
Yeah,
if
they've
there
been
if there's
twice.
any time to think about staying with AKB48, that's as good time as any.
Yep.
Uh,
Oh, man.
Oh,
foreshadowing some more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things that happened. The concerts, I'm looking forward to look at them. Saw a picture from Komiyama Haruka
No.
on her Instagram.
oh, she did a lot.
Well, that outfit should be
Oh, man.
banned. I saw it with the Kojima Haruna concert. and it's like no, that's nope. I can't even speak. I can't even speak. It's way too strong.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's still good though.
yeah, so some good events. After that, we also had, I think that was today, of this recording, the coming of age ceremony. We didn't have many reports on compared to like last year, more details on it. Just a few pictures. You know, we mentioned on the last episodes, we mentioned that what the lineup was. Basically, nothing changed. We saw some pictures of people in their yukatas, and it was lovely, but nothing evident. I think Ogino Yuka just said she wants to be first place in Sosenkyo.
Yeah.
I highly doubt that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy.
Especially again, foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing.
Jesus Christ, just
Damn, all those shadows. Please turn on the lights, people.
yeah, that's like basically I could do the show like this, and it would be more fitting to the whole situation.
Yeah, pretty much.
Look at that.
Dark.
Yeah. So what else happened? Anyone?
So, in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks,
Yep.
Yeah.
BNK48 will have their first general election.
Yep.
Bit too soon if you ask me, but you know what? Since it has been announced, I've been highly looking forward to it.
Yeah,
it's
same
like in 2 weeks. It's like, okay, I'm interested. You know, it's with such a young group that is doing the best, like we discussed 2 episodes ago or 3. Either way, to see them do this, it's like a big stepping stone for them because they are really on, I would say, their peak, but they still can get higher. And with their general election, depending on what happens, I hope good things. We could see something really amazing. And they announced, I think, the other day or 2 days ago, maybe, I forgot.
Their
second preliminary results.
Yeah.
And there are a few interesting things. Like, I am really interested in it. A big one, this is gonna sound very weird, but Izutarina is ranked in at 22.
Yep.
How many members though?
51 are participating.
51. Okay. So, is it only that local people can vote, or is it also outside of? Bangkok?
I voted, but
yeah.
I got help from DX with that.
Yep, same here.
It was kind of difficult to get their CDs, I think.
It's quite difficult actually because I contacted a friend of mine who bought them for me.
But it is possible.
It is possible, but you need the CD. You definitely need the CD.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really hard.
So getting 22nd. I'm just being realistic here. It's out of 51, so that's almost half. I don't know how many votes have been done compared to the other votes.
The votes for the second results have not been released, at least not that I've been aware of. Maybe they have,
I haven't
but
seen anything to be.
no, I didn't see a thing. But from the first, we know, and the lowest from the first results were for Korn, 1,306, comparable to Chaprong's #1 position, which I will get to in a moment, 15,856. Yeah, 56. So, you don't know. The numbers are an interesting thing.
Yeah, I'm happy for Isuria, but yeah, I don't think it's not bigger than her usual number.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Most likely.
But it's good to see because she was unranked before, and she's done a lot for the group. In a way,
yeah.
She has had it very difficult. So to see that her fans still push through is a good thing.
She did have time to surprise visit Fujita Nana's graduation concert.
That's true.
That was so nice to see.
Together with Abe Maria, that was so great.
And Miyazawa Sai was standing in the building.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Man.
that was so great that she came.
Yeah.
Team K forever. But yeah. When I saw Miyazawa Sai there, I was like. That's like it's so great.
She was posting on Instagram right before she got out there. And then
She
Fujinana
even,
just
yeah.
she also had made like a bad quality recording of Fujitanana during her introduction. That was really cute. It's like, as they even said it during the performance, if I recall.
Yeah. They did,
Yep.
actually.
That was like, and you know, it's Miyazawa Sai. It's freaking Miyazawa Sai. So that's
exactly.
pretty cool. That was a touching moment. I thought to see two members that are overseas come together for their fellow Gen member because they are 10th.
Yeah.
10th, yeah.
Only one technically remains in AKB.
Iriyama.
No,
Yeah, Katarina is there, but
Katarina.
Iriyama was stuck in Mexico, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she tweeted something about it.
She's 10th generation, right, Iriyama? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
10?
so.
Yeah, 10 or 11, one of the two. Or 9th. Damn
No,
it. No.
not
Not 9th. Not 9th.
10th. No, 10th or 11th.
And I
Either
heard
way.
searching.
Yeah.
But that was pretty cool. Like, that was very nice. It was a great performance. Like,
Sadly, though, with the whole BNK situation, they will not be coming to Netherlands then.
maybe, probably.
They haven't even announced the date yet. We're still waiting for it. I can't do anything without information, and they won't give us
okay.
information. So yeah, we'll still be going.
Anin
I
was Generation 10.
Yeah. All right. Very good.
Clarification.
Yes, so
yeah.
I'm looking forward to the documentary. Will be
Me too.
subtitled
Same
in
here.
Dutch.
Yep.
Oh,
That's going to be so weird. That's going to be so weird, though. I'm so used to. Yeah.
No, continue.
No, I'm so used to reading English subtitles, so reading this in Dutch is gonna be like, huh?
Yeah, thinking the same. I was like, I'm just like now. Oh yeah, they might do it in Dutch. That would be so odd. They could do English because it's an international festival. But I've never gone, so I don't know.
We'll
I
see.
doubt it though.
Plus, we are freaking Netherlands. We do a lot of stuff in English. We're very English.
Yeah.
Why we are the best.
Basically, where DX and I live, of course, there's hardly anyone who speaks Dutch anymore. It's
Yeah, same. Yeah.
English is the main language, and you can speak Dutch, maybe.
You won't find only with the politicians.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Either way.
yeah. So BNK looks very interesting. You can tell it's their Sosenkyo style is new. Because we're not getting too much news out of it, and they have a second preliminary, I hate that word, preliminary vote results, but it's coming up like in a week. The results.
Next weekend is the it's on Saturday or Sunday. I forgot.
It's just a weird date to have a general election. I don't know why.
Maybe because of the AKB one, like they don't want to coincide with each other in the future. I assume.
Could be, but still, January is such a random date, though.
It could coincide with how they release, their CDs. They just released their sixth single.
Yeah.
So BNK Festival, and you could say that they prefer to do it in January. Or, so that they could release it in February, so they don't have to do it in the summer when, the AKB has their version. I think it's along those lines, personally. That they don't want to...
I'm wondering if the AKB election is going to be international, I don't know.
We'll see.
Maybe there won't be a Sosenkyo at all.
This is probably not more international. We'll see.
Hey, if there will be a Sosenkyo, that will be a good time. If nothing else changes, then we can protest, all of us. And it's like, we're not participating with the Sosenkyo. Doubt that will happen. Or we will be participating and we'll all vote for one certain member.
Yeah, but then the question emerges: which member?
Yeah, true.
Jurina. Okay, fine, Dasu, but I would like.
Wow.
That would be so great if Dasu wins. But that's another topic. There two other things, a few actually, that I want to say. That there are a few other things that surprised me. There's also this member called Orn. If you ask me, the second most beautiful member in BNK. She was 13 before, and now she's number 4. So that's
a jump.
That's a big jump. Yeah. I'm very happy for that. What I'm not happy with is that Mayoshi Pun decreased a bit. She went from 7, I want to say, to 8. It's like, I really assumed like top 4 at least. But, you know, maybe.
There's still time, though. There's still
Could be worse.
Still time.
Yeah. Voting is still the 24th, if from the top of my head. So yeah.
Correct. Correctamundo. And the top 3 is interesting, especially number 2 and 3. Music is now 2, which was previously number 3, and mobile was previously number 2 and is now number 3. I personally prefer this. I kind of like music a bit more. But hey, you know, they are very, very popular. Remember, it was mobile who was the center for Corsair Fortune Cookie. Their the biggest thing I would say in the 48 history. That one exploded. Man. That was like a nuclear warhead compared to AKB's Corsair Fortune Cookie. But that's interesting. I like to see how that turns out. The rest of the top 7 is pretty similar, and number 1 is still the ace phase captain of BNK
by far.
Prang. And she had a slight lead in the first prelims.
See, that word sucks.
It's us with our tongue, and we don't like certain letters. But either way, it's still good to see that she's number 1. She could get number 2, but I really hope she gets number 1.
I highly doubt she's gonna.
Actually, it's at this point, I'm not even thinking whether she wins or not. It's like, she wins, what song will they do? That's like what I've been thinking about. Like, what
I'm hoping for an original song, to be quite honest.
I hope they will do it. JKT took 10 years, I think, to do that, but BNK could do that. I don't think that they will do it in the first half year of this year, the first 6 months. But maybe down the line. I think at least that's what I would do with the Susenkyo song. To pick one that really can catch on very quickly. Like, I'm really thinking about like Heavy Rotation or like Flying Get, something that could really be another bomb for them, but in a good way. Not something like not a favorable song. Tsubasa Iranai. I mean, come on, like no, please, something. I'm not seeing them do Everyday Katyusha, but that may be a cultural thing. I don't know. They haven't really done like along those lines, if you know what I mean. But I would like it. Like, it could be very nice scenery.
They could change the style to it.
Yeah, they did it with Kimiwa Melody, like completely different color pattern and style in that way. They could do it. Like Corsair Fortune Cookie was kind of the same, but more pastel colored. But either way, I'm really looking forward to it.
Very good.
And I believe they haven't announced it, but Matt told me that the AKB Susenkyo was live streamed
on
YouTube, which at that point we were in Den Haag at that time, and we did not know anything. But she told me, and it's very likely that they will stream it again on YouTube. Wow. You can actually watch that one. You can just look for it and you can watch it again. And they might stream it there on, I think it was Work Point Officials, where BNK Victory and BNK Senpai are also located on YouTube for everyone to watch. Awesome. So probably there, that would be great. You know, AKB did that this year. Did they do that last year? Or what I mean last year, I mean 2017. I can't remember.
I don't think they did.
If it was AKB or on YouTube. Either way.
I think it was on their official channel last year.
I really can't remember. But either way, I'm ready for it. I'm ready. I hope it goes well. Just to end it off on my end, I hope it goes well. You know, some funny and good hosts. Someone who is the embodiment of tissue giving.
Oh yeah,
definitely. Because that will happen. And some a positive Susenkyo, just like we had with AKB last year, which was a pretty positive Susenkyo, if you ask me. Like,
then the aftermath was completely different. But
yeah, that's different. But the event itself, like, I hope it goes well. Like, nice weather, not an open roof. I know.
I think Impact Arena is roof.
I have no clue. It's like not the first question I asked.
We'll see.
We'll see. I'm
Okay.
looking forward.
Next up, what happened as well was the AKB48 group singing competition, the finals. And well, I'm very biased, so I only listened to Okada Nana's
Same here.
thank you song. It was
No, thank you. No,
that
thank
was
you.
such a good song. Really, really fun. She tried to
KO.
enjoy herself in it, and very good to her style.
It was
And
pretty much a concert for her, so yeah.
yeah, you could tell when you don't sing AKB songs, it is totally a different feeling. So, we have our top 8, and starting up from number 8, it's Sakamoto Erina from HKT48. 7th place is Yano Honoka from STU48. From 6th place is Yokoyama Yui Team 8, AKB48. 5th place is Yamaguchi Suzuran.
Oh, hold on. Nice.
And at 4th place is Yamasaki Amiru from NMB48. And number 3 is Okada Nana from AKB48 STU48. 2nd place is Yahagi Moeka from AKB48. And 1st place is Nojima Kano from SKE48.
Applause.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very, very nice actually.
Well, I can see why Hagi is getting her own concert, so yeah.
Things that I noticed, like Shiroma Miru is not in there. She lost in the semi-finals, and Oda Erina that's not in there. That's
she couldn't participate because of conflicting schedules.
That is
Really
really
a bummer.
sucky. Yeah, now she can still not prove that she's the best.
Yep.
Still, very good list and prominent singers. I like for the fact that it's someone from HKT, someone from STU, someone from SKE, NMB. So they all have ace singers. That's very good for the group.
Yeah.
There's one group not in there. Well, wouldn't surprise me not being in there right now. And I wouldn't surprise me in the future that we'll hear less and less about them if this keeps up.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
Man, all those shadows.
Yeah.
Keep going on, man. It's too big.
Darkness.
Okay. What do you guys think of as a singing competition? The finals, basically.
I'm a bit biased because I've only listened to Okada Nanas, but if this is going to be a yearly thing, hey, I'm all for it, to be quite honest, because you can definitely see the techniques and the skills of singing going only higher and higher from now on, so I'm all for it.
I immediately want to add something to that. I would like to see like a continuation of it in the future as well, but the top 8 is not allowed to participate anymore.
Oh, right.
I would really like that because it ties in what my view of it is. I didn't watch it. It was on a Friday. I work on a Friday. And I wasn't really planning on watching it because I felt like, well, I know who wins. I was wrong. And I didn't think that I would find the time to watch it, and I haven't. So I'm completely not biased, but I haven't. I like kind of saw like a few things. Kojima Yui is another one that did not go through, and I really thought she looked beautiful. But either way, it's I would like a continuation, even though I didn't watch it. Busy shadows, we get there. Also personal busyness and such busyness.
A lot of things happening this week.
Yeah. So but I really like the concept of the whole event. I like that the person that wins gets like a song by Akipi. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but maybe Akipi like is motivated that this is something new and something else, so he may.
It was
work on it
also
a bit
a private audience, right? Only participants and staff were there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I saw a few members that were there. Names are escaping me. I want to say.
Well, a lot of members.
Yeah, a lot of members.
A lot of
that's
members.
Great. That's fun.
And the cuts with the camera I liked in there, you know, giving the good vibe feel. Yeah, wouldn't mind having no concerts, like no fans at concerts and just performing.
Yeah, just a normal quote unquote. I don't mean it in a negative way. Audience, with a few members and like staff. Like that's nice for staff as well. They're like, hey, can like sit back and relax. That's nice for them as well.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but that's a fun thing, you know. You just focus on the singing and their performances and the music, and of course what the judges have to say, who are great people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inoue is like the guy that did like a lot of songs. I want to say
Inoue
He does a
Yoshimasa.
lot of composing, yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
Yoshimasa.
great.
Mhm.
So I really like that he was included because I know him in the sense that he's associated with AKB.
He does
So
showroom
that's nice.
sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. Which are fun. I watch them.
That one
sometimes.
Julina showroom. Oh,
Yeah. Oh man, I still remember those, man.
it's very good.
Oh.
Such fun.
Yeah, no, I liked it. That song is still in my head, and Okana looked beautiful, just
Yep.
stunning. And just when she goes into her feminine role, it's really shows. And Okada fans should be very very happy to witness that. That's one of the pinpoints in her career, I would say. Yeah. So anything else, guys, or shall we move on to our?
I
No.
believe number 2 and 8, 2 until 8, and Oda Arena getting like a special live event.
Yeah,
Which is cool.
they're getting something out of it because they worked hard and they are
Yeah.
definitely getting something for that.
They can sing, so it's like they
Why
need
not?
to do something with that.
Exactly.
Get some money
But
out
yeah.
of it.
Yeah, that as well.
All right, DX, you anything else before we move on?
No, I'm empty. So yeah. Let's go.
Okay, well then.
Tiny
Nope.
thing, because I can do that. SK Bingo.
Ah,
I really look forward to the show.
You jumped the gun, but yeah, go ahead.
Either way, SK Bingo, AK Bingo for SK. HK Tingo got before that, which was also hosted by the same people, Sanshiro, which is, they don't have anything to do because HK Tingo is not something like AK Bingo that airs episodes
Yeah,
regularly.
it's the
Yeah.
same with Nogizaka, Nogi Bingo, basically, Keiya Bingo,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. It's that format. The AK Bingo
Exactly.
has been going on for so long that it's doesn't remove its slot, but the extra, it's always like a season, like 10 episodes.
Mhm.
And HK is getting that one, and it starts next week, or this week even.
Next week I think, or was it this week? No, next week.
Yeah, the
next week.
22nd,
21st.
21st.
Yeah, next
around
week.
that time. And I really look forward to it because HK Tingo was more in a variety
Yeah.
way,
Not sure what to expect, to be quite honest.
and SK Bingo will be around acting, which I really like.
Okay. Nice.
So I have like high hopes for it. I really want to like it.
Will it
I
be
hope it's
subbed?
great.
Will it be sub though?
That's
No.
another question. But hey, if HK Tingo got subbed, then which I've heard, I haven't seen it, but I've heard that it has been subbed. So maybe
I
we'll
need to
never
find
know. We'll
that.
see.
I need to watch
SK
more.
Bingo is.
Maybe
Yeah,
SK
someone
Bingo.
linked it in the comments a time ago.
A
Forgot
time
who
ago.
and where.
Yeah. Well, I'll get it.
We'll find it. We can find.
We
stuff
find
very
it.
quickly.
All right.
There are a few places to look.
Well,
But I look
basically,
forward to it.
that was my recommendation. So I
Ah.
Ah.
The next topic will be a long one. People may have.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, here we go then. All right.
Shadows.
Ooh.
Foreshadowing.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Now that was the normal stuff, the fun stuff, and of course, so let's timestamp it around 33 minutes. I say, DX.
Yeah, I'll timestamp it once I upload it. So.
All right. So, time for the serious part of this. In case you don't know, let me recap a little bit. So, as you can see in our bottom left corner, Derek is currently not here. He's busy with other busyness, as we're calling busyness and shadowing. So we had like a first ever emergency talk because something happened on a side that's not able to fly. And what happened was, for about a month, we haven't heard anything from NGT48's Yamaguchi Maho. Because she was physical
Silent.
condition.
Yeah, physical condition.
Not being able to be there because of poor physical condition, as they like to say. And then suddenly, it was January 9th or something like that.
Yeah, 8th.
8th, and like a month after what happened. And she got on showroom, and everybody was like, hey, what's going on? And
Yeah,
she was trying to go normally, but suddenly she's like,
he cracked.
I need to speak out. And what happened was she got assaulted by multiple predecessors, and she went to the police. The police and management, well, the manager of NGT48 talked, and they were going to fix about it, but after a month not doing anything, she finally is like, okay, I'm just gonna throw it out there because nothing is happening, and I cannot, I'm not mentally okay. And she's been losing weight because of stress, and you know she is already not on the fit side to that.
Nope.
And it's just going out there, and yeah, fans were outraged, and it's like, what the hell's happening? But then what happened is, well, we did the emergency talk basically,
Yep.
and
And everything exploded.
yeah, it's like we have a lot of international fans were coming together, and a lot of also just national fans were going together and basically speculating a lot of situations. But then the before we get into that, Colin, you weren't there with the emergency talk, so your thoughts before we go what happened after.
Well, in hindsight,
Yeah.
my thoughts are this is such a rabbit hole. Like whatever happened, like there's so much to it. Like I would almost say there's no really rhyme and reason to it. Like what happened and how it happened and the way it happened. When I heard about it, it was really from DX when he said in our chat that something was happening with Maho. And I wasn't aware at that time. And everything, like you guys said, it exploded. Like this came out, people were translating. Before they were translating, they were like, hey, what's this? There's something going on. This is not right. And people were, you know, scouting for information and revealing what happened and getting it out there. And now, 5 days later, lots of things happened. But it's really mind-boggling, to say the least. Like,
it's very dangerous.
It's very
Yeah,
dangerous
it's
and
quite dangerous.
really tough to talk about in a coherent sense, in a way. Like,
Well, at least
put
we're
it
gonna
as
try.
simple as
Yep.
yeah.
Okay,
thoughts.
so let's go it through. Let's basically go through day by day, since that's 5 days. So after we did the emergency talk, the anniversary theater event happened,
Yes.
and that was basically, I would say, the first thing was a spark, but the explosion happened at the theater.
Yep.
Yes.
And what happened was, I did not expect they were doing this. Well, the thing is, I expected of them, but were they that stupid to do it in this way?
Yeah, same.
So they performed Temo Demo, and Yamaguchi Maho came out with Kashiwagi Yugi.
Yugi.
Yeah,
Everyone went nuts. Everyone went, you know, hey, Maho, that. So, and after the performance, you could tell in the performance, like, you can see that she's just not looking well.
No.
And then she had an announcement to make, and I was like, okay.
Oh.
And then she's like, I apologize for the inconvenience. I do not want to pressurize the group, and these are actions that should be said. She was apologizing for the fact she was causing trouble for the fact she got assaulted.
That is pretty much how everyone billed it as. Yeah.
That was pretty much the final straw.
And you can hear the crowds like, you shouldn't apologize. You can
Not
tell.
just the crowd.
No. This is a whole star, but you could tell Yukari was also like feeling not well into this situation. And yeah, after that, basically exploded. We didn't see Yamaguchi Mao ever again during the whole performance. Not even the encore, not in the set. And then rumors started to flying out everywhere, and our feeds started going everywhere. Everything went crazy to the side. So slowly but surely things came out, and a lot of speculations. And we have a lot of people who went on Twitter translating and finding out stuff. And alright, DX, do you want to go ahead and inform us what happened?
Well, everything got out because, I'm not even sure how to start this, but it's more like then this rumor came out, and then that rumor came out. I don't think I'm able to make a coherent story, to be quite honest.
Okay, so what happened then? I'll try and do this because it's not easy. It's really really a
Yeah.
difficult situation. So that's
what-
why I'm
what
grabbing
ki-
my phone for
What
notifications.
kind of happened was like Maho said she was assaulted, her words, and then the apology happened. And what basically happened was that everyone started investigating into it.
Yeah.
Like
Everyone became detectives.
yeah, essentially. I could make a joke there, but I didn't want to. But what happened even when the first showroom happened, she said, you know, not my words. Again, I'm just paraphrasing.
Yeah,
what she
yeah.
said.
Yeah.
Okay,
totally.
disclaimer:
something
everything we're saying are not things that we think about or we speculate or know about. We are just trying to get what we're seeing. So do not take these as facts. These are not official statements. We're just speculating what we found out, what we think about, and what we heard throughout the week.
Yes. Very well put, by the way. She said something along the lines of members. Member,
Yeah,
I should
member.
say. It's Derek said it in the emergency video that the singular and plural form of member in Japanese is very difficult to understand. But because of her saying that word, people started to investigate. How could this be the reason? Why is she saying members? Who could have said it? And that's where 4 names popped up. If you read anything about it from what
Yeah.
fans have to say, there are really 4 names that pop up.
Go ahead if you want to name those names.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to start with the 2 ones that I personally don't feel have anything to do with it,
No,
which is
yeah.
why I will say them first, because I don't have much to say on them. And those are Yamada Noe and Kato Minami.
Yep.
And the other 2 were Gatane. I
Yep.
just know her.
Nishigata Marina.
Nishikata Arena.
Thank you. And Tano Ayaka.
Yep.
And the reason why these 4 names were found was because they don't follow each other or
Yeah,
on
Mahon
Instagram
didn't follow
and
them.
or Twitter.
Yeah.
They
Well,
recently got
wow.
removed. They got follow each
Yeah.
other,
Yeah.
and then a lot of things can happen in speculation, like a showroom during the time making fun of someone is losing weight to this situation, and
Yeah.
making fun of other moments, and
Mhm.
okay, so the biggest member out of that was Tano Ayaka, because there's
Yeah.
I wish I could show you this, but there's a whole chart here that shows charts
Of-
basically
yeah.
on how this works, and it
Charts.
gets crazy. And personally,
oh,
it's too much because it's nothing official, so I don't really want it, especially. But yeah, there is a reason people are making this up, and they're showing with like examples basically of what happened, or like proof of situation, like hey, this mentions, like today I even saw the first up, Tano Ayaka has been the speculation is rumored to be with a group that are the assaulters.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
the thing is, so most of the NGT girls live in a dorm
Mm-hmm.
that's all together because they need to be together for work, and that's better. So this dorm has been rented out, and a lot of members are living nearby. And what happened is, Mahon said it as well. She's like she just wants to be an idol that lives by the rules and not breaking those rules, and while other members do it. Basically, that's the accusation she made.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, this member, Tano Ayaka, she has people over, fans, or not fans, or male fans over, acquaintances of that. And these 3 people were also well, basically 2 of them are the one who did the physical attack because they were
Yes.
fans of Mahon, basically, and the other one had like maybe physical relationship. This is just all rumors. I have to keep saying this because
Yeah.
it gets crazier and crazier.
Yeah.
And you think, well, okay, how do you have proof on this side? Then all of a sudden we get like Twitter posts of videos of basically the guy who's in question laughing at the Niigata police and saying, they're weaklings and can't do anything
Yeah.
about it. And then they show him at a certain concerts. We see showrooms that Tano Aika is calling these people out.
Out,
It's like,
yeah.
hey, are you still awake? Starting the
Yeah.
stream and going through that
Yep.
side. And then there's this guy, and I think that's even worse on this side. It's his Twitter handle is, could you say it, DX? I think you have
Inapu.
Inapu,
Inapu,
yeah. Inaka Ryonusuke. Basically, he has this thing of selling or finding out the personal addresses and locations of idols and then selling them online. And he did this to a lot of. There's even rumor that he's the reason why Shida Manaka graduated from Nogizaka 46.
Oh no, not just Shida Manaka.
A
also
lot.
Tanayuka.
Yeah.
Tano Yuka as well, and it's like this is just getting crazier and crazier, and this is what the rabbit hole where we're talking about. So,
Yeah.
and this is only one day basically that we all heard about this. So these guys were also rumored to be in the anniversary and the audience because they have good ties with NGT's management, and that they're also funding a lot basically. So that was the major suspect. The other thing is now with Kato Minami. Well, this is a whole situation because the company of Kato Mina's father is the CSO, and that's also providing a lot of funds for NGT's
Shinsen
events.
Limited.
I only heard that he is like a manager that manages events and such.
Yeah, so it's weird, but
it's speculation. It's like
it's
nothing.
all
is
speculation. And it's like a cross there, and finding out. So this one thing just sparked a lot. But the biggest thing that was there were two things. So we, of course, the assaulters, we want to see them, get prosecuted, basically get arrested or anything like that. But the biggest thing is that the NGT48's manager Imamura Etsuro, well, he was contacted by Mahon to do something, and he didn't.
Yeah.
And then basically he made the call of, you need to apologize on stage. And this was like a straw of outrage at a lot of fans. And a lot of international fans as well. And here at 48 Talk, we did this as well. We signed a petition of basically saying this guy shouldn't be, employed in this way. We want to see him gone. We see him being fired. And skipping ahead a little bit to what happens today or yesterday, basically, is he got removed from his position.
Yeah.
He didn't get fired.
No. What basically happened was they were saving their own face. He has been moved or transferred, depending what you prefer, into another position. And what I heard is that the way the Japanese people do it is that he's basically transferred to an undesirable position where he could be like, I'm out, I quit, because they don't outright fire them. Even DJ SK, what was his full name again?
Yeah.
He even did things, and he wasn't fired anyway, either way. And he's got a different position. He's still, I've heard, like somewhere in a managing relating situation.
Community manager? He's gone
not
right
anymore.
now.
Something.
His
He's
contract
still around.
No. His contract didn't get extended.
Oh.
That's also a thing to do. Your contract expires, then you're like, I'm not going to resign. All right, bye.
And he will provide support, and he will be an advisor, apparently.
Yeah, an advisor. So basically, you get say stuff, but you don't have any decision quality or anything like that. So
you're not authorized anymore.
A lot of people are not satisfied with this.
No.
Nope.
And we shouldn't. It's like, well, the weird thing is, it's like giving the hate of firing is the problem is you have these two sides. You want to see somewhat of a justice with the assaulters. You want them to see behind bars because they assaulted a person. That's not okay in any of aspects. The fact that this guy didn't do anything for that is bad enough, but I do get a fact, like firing him, is that just the easy way out? And they did some solution. It took like a lot of time, you know, his idea was to give crime prevention bells. You know, give like
Yeah, that's
Ling,
not
ling,
gonna
ling.
work.
like now I mean even make the joke just a whistle with a bow on it since he looks cuter, but it's
Yeah.
more they had like a bell and it sends out a signal. It's like, okay, what are you gonna do in that time?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Like Sashi said, you're going to be way too nervous to even put that gap netting for your purse or something like that. It's not. That's
Oh,
not gonna
yeah.
work at all. That's not a solution.
No.
unless you hold it in your hand the whole time, but kind of weird.
Yeah, so a lot of things are still going on. And for the people listening, we still just use the hashtags and keep going out with social media because we have a voice and
Yep.
it,
They're
it's
quite strong one.
hey, finally they were like, oh, okay, this is not gonna fly. Well, then that was basically day one. Then like day two, we got announcements of another event that's coming up, and of course Yamaguchi Maho said she's not gonna be there because of physical health.
The Niigata airport, I think it was an airport. There wasn't either way an event where two members did not participate in,
Yeah.
and one of which was Mahohon.
Yeah, the other one was Tano Ayaka.
Yeah, and which again, objectively speaking, that does not seem good. Like Maho, that makes sense, but another member, that kind of raises eyebrows. It's like, why her? Why?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
let's see. January. I'm just recapping here to see what happened. Police has been working on the case. Remember the leaked information, of course. Inconsistency of management. Oh, let's see. Yeah, the stuff with Inapu is just still going crazy. It's like
Yeah, still go on.
And yeah, the thing what kind of happened was that basically because Niigata is so small in a way,
Yeah.
that the community there, the people there, are so compact. I would say that
they know who is.
They know
knew
who
who
it
he
is,
was. Like they were like, oh wait, is that not that guy?
pretty much,
You know,
pretty
the
much.
one that we see all the time. So the people online, just referring to it as that, were quickly to find out the one that's most likely. Three, I think. Well, the people
Yeah.
involved, you could say, are involved. Again, that's also kind of the way you interpret that. And
Yeah,
they were like, yeah, there's this guy because they know each other in
And-
a way, like.
He's also involved with Bushun. That's a story
all
that's out
another
there. That's
thing.
all speculation, and it's like the tweets he's sending out. It's all disgusting, basically. And
Oh yeah, that's true.
so the problem is in a you can all because they're not factual facts basically.
Mhm.
You cannot use them in a court system, and that's why he's still walking around. They're not physically anything yet, so it's all speculating. He's a suspect.
That is I could really go on why the two that got us that attacked Maho got released, but with him it's like I said, there's no real evidence in that case. It's more finger pointing and speculation and not concrete enough, but which is troublesome for the police if, and that's an assumption from me, they are trying their best to find who did it, but again, that's also kind of
Yeah, so
speculation.
I understand the whole police situation with the other two because they're like saying the woman says I got attacked and the guy said we didn't do anything,
Yes,
and then you get he says she said. You cannot use that in a court of law basically. So I get that it's still very very not right. But then you would think, okay, since they're fans, or in a way, maybe management would say, hey, you guys are banned, or not allowed, or any way to get into events. No, 1 month. Like, what?
Right.
And just this the manager was so just, oh, that was so stupid on this side.
Like, yeah, exactly what Robin says. It's
Yeah,
like so
so
stupid. You
infuriating,
would
yeah.
almost think that they're in cahoots with one another. It's like the way that people say it. It's like because of what they do, which is also bad. Like it gets money in, and again, there's a lot of conspiracy around it. Like one thing that I believe is true, but again, I don't remember it 100%, so take that with a grain of salt. But I believe it's the case that NGT is sponsored by government affliction in a way.
Yeah.
So
We speculated that before, since
Yeah.
the I think we broke out the news like months ago, like almost a year ago actually, when we were thinking like, hey, they're getting sponsored in a way because they want to have more name out there, since it's then Niigata will get more on the map, and you know, with the Sosenkyo and with the request hour and all the situation, we noticed like NGT is doing, you know, oh, they're doing great, oh, they're in the top again, oh, all their songs are coming out, and we already were suspicious about that. Just like, hey, the NGT is so strong. And
we made fun of it.
Yeah, we were thinking like, ah, you know, with the Rise money and stuff like. But it's a serious fact now. It's like, to be honest, are we surprised? Really surprised that these things are happening in a idol group? I think years ago there was already speculation that Akimotoyashi was also involved with Yakuza and stuff like that when AKB formed. It's basically, since we now first heard about the situation, we are still shocked in a way that it's like, oh, it's actually happening, because we were speculating before, but now we're having like, oh, wait, this is getting way too real right now. And that's why there's more of an outrage, I would say, since we a lot of the thing is with like a lot of fans, you have a lot of weird fans as well, but a lot of us are like honest working people basically, and we don't fly with stuff like this. And now basically a lot of us who've been silent are now gathering together and showing the outrage on this side. And this is just the beginning, basically.
Yeah.
We all of course want the Justiceformahohon, but it doesn't stop there. It should be justice now for the entire member group of 48.
Yeah, that's another topic. Yeah.
And it's getting weirder and weirder on this side. And did you guys follow what happened then the next day, basically? What happened on Twitter with a lot of NGT members?
For a while, everyone was silent. Even during the third anniversary, there were a lot of silence among them. And then the airport, I say airport, I forgot another event that they did, which was the final one they have done since then. That people kind of have coming back to it in a way among the NGT ones. And NGT, just to throw it in there, they were doing like lots of showroom before. They were always like the group, like with STU, they did like a lot of showroom streaming, but now it's like silent.
Yeah, what happened a lot was, so Yamaguchi Maho's Twitter was private, basically, locked.
Yeah, that happened as well.
Then it got unlocked. Then a lot of members in the entire 48 group got, like, their accounts were suspended or they were closed down.
That's a separate incident. Yeah.
That's completely separate. Long story short, a Twitter bot did weird stuff. You only could make an argument that there were a lot of members that got their Twitter account suspended, but there was a bot that went haywire and it removed or it suspended all those accounts, maybe because of like the hashtags and such that were used in a good way for Maho, that you could say that maybe
a lot more traffic or something.
Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah. But it's not affiliated.
But what happened after that was suddenly members starting to tweeting again. And we need to discuss as well, because with the Emergency Talk we speculated about this, and that's why speculation is bad, because you could be wrong totally in a way just with feelings. So NGT48 Mahardika, because of the attitude she was like this, we put her on a suspicion list basically, And I would, if she listens to this, I would like to apologize because those were only speculations, but we were wrong. And maybe we're still right. It's still speculating. There's nothing official. But basically, what happened was suddenly Nakahika's tweets were a lot different.
Yeah.
A lot different than usual.
Oh yeah, that.
It was also a different phone because Nakahika uses an iPhone and the Twitter handle
Was the web browser. That was the... Was it?
Android.
No, it's an Android phone.
Oh, it was an Android phone. Well, I saw multiple things. Yeah, people started to notice that. And then another NGT48 member. And another. And they were all apologizing for what happened. But the tweets were so... not their unusual to a style.
Yeah, so fabricated. Yeah.
And people were like, okay, that's not them. And then now people are saying something like in Ogino Yuka's case, like, oh, no, it was me. Well, there's another suspect going feelings. Like now they're thinking Ogino Yuka is involved, and it's going haywire on this whole side. But that was another thing. It's like, okay, management, you just need to stop. And the petition went on and on and on. Over 50,000 people signed. And then finally, what happened was, let's see. Well, what it here says, it says, do not trust Bushun. Well, we never trust Bushun anyway.
No, never.
The wrongs who are wrong are NGT management. Inoka Ryunosuke, Kitagawa Joe, and Kasai Akiro. Those are the prosecutors, the ones who did the assault, basically, or helped with the assault and with the dates and name on that. And we still believe that our NGT48 members bullying a lot, like basically high school, only to a worse degree on the situation. And they're not a unit, they're not a group.
It basically became Team N3 against Team G, pretty much.
Yeah, that actually DX makes a very good point in speculation why they split up the teams to begin with as a way to ease it out. But again, that's more of a theory.
I think it was actually the worst thing, because then you have them separated only with Senbatsu events, and then you can make fun of them without them being there. Like things that happen in the showroom. But then finally, some good news. What happened? So again, the new manager was appointed, and the other one became an advisor, and they had a press conference today, and it was board member Matsumura Takumi, the new NGT48 theater manager Hayakawa Maiko, and vice theater manager Okada Tsuyoshi, and they did a public apology
during the coming of age ceremony.
Yeah.
And we are still not okay with this, because
we're still not okay. It's the new management that makes
the apology. It's the new management that makes the apology. It's not.
It's Imamura that needs to do the apology.
And he's hiding, and it's like, remember what we talked about? Oh, he was such a good face. He always will want to be in there, and suddenly he's hiding. If you were innocent, and that's a witch hunt basically, just show up. Just show up and say something. Make a statement.
It is like in the realm of suspicious activity. It's like with Nakahika, those tweets like right after, as well as the fabricated tweets. It's really suspicious behavior. It's something like the one that did not participate in the my quote airport event thing. It's all very weird. It's like, why is this? Why are you doing that? If you have nothing to hide, it all comes down to that concept of if you have nothing to fear, why are you
hiding?
Exactly. You see this always in cop shows where if someone says police and then someone else runs away, it's like,
why are you running?
Exactly.
Why you run away? That means you're guilty or have something to hide.
Yeah.
And besides that point though, even though they were trying to hide this incident, it only spiraled into a global incident pretty much, because Kotaku went into it, Billboard went into it,
Time Magazine
went into it,
Daily Mail in the UK.
It's like worldwide it became news, and it's just keep getting worse now, because From downtown, yes, actually, Matsumoto.
Hitoshi, yeah.
Yeah, he made an oopsie, basically.
Yeah.
Because on the
Yeah.
show, Sashi was standing out. They were talking about this serious concept, and then she's like, "I'm powerless. I cannot do anything to management and stuff like that." And then he says the stupid line about saying, "Then why don't you use your body?" It's like,
Yeah. No. not
open
now.
your ears, old man.
Yeah. Have you been listening?
I
to
know
it all?
you're a comedian, but there's a time and a place, and he definitely made a wrong comment by saying, like, okay, we're talking about assault, person who are after their body. And I do understand what he meant with the joke, but it's like, you don't make a joke out of this right now.
No, not this time. not
Idols,
this
of
moment.
course, they use their body to reel in fans. That's what it works. It's not only their singing voice talent. They do graphiers a lot. We just talked about Komiyama knowing that wonderful outfit. That's using your body, basically. Only in this case, it's like there's a line you shouldn't cross, and it happened, and then you shouldn't joke about it because it's still, a person that's now had a traumatic effect. And I don't think, I'm not sure if she ever will be coming back out of this. I hope she does. I hope.
I hope she
That's
does,
the
yeah.
topic that we could end this discussion with.
Okay. Then before we do that, well, before we then wrap things up, DX and Colin, do you have anything you want to mention about this whole situation? And then after that, we'll go look what will happen next.
I have a few. I have many thoughts.
Yeah, go for it.
Good things. I just want to say some good things. A lot of people spoke up. Tokusaki spoke up. Ex person that worked with AKS. Kita Arie,
Yeah.
the legendary member, she spoke up.
No Takamina though.
No,
No,
Takamina.
that we don't go there. Let's. Who said? Muramoto. He
Yeah.
spoke out 2
Yeah.
times. Like, clap for him.
Yokoyama Yui,
I
2
like
times.
the guy, yes, Yui Han, Anin said something. Love Tan, an ex-NGT member, Otaki. Yuri
Judy.
Dasu kind of
Dasu.
said a thing.
Takashi Judy said
Wasamin, I
that.
heard. Mion, Sashi, of course, and they spoke out and said, don't apologize. This is not your fault to Maho, and condemning the whole situation in general. And that's good. Like that all those people who spoke up. That's great. And when the members that got finger pointed at to that the assumption was made that they were involved. Like there are people like looking at who they follow, how popular are they, because there's also like talk of, not my words, again, just interpretation, like throw Maho under the bus because the members that are involved are more popular, which I looked into. And if you think that Susenkyu ranking is a high Susenkyu ranking is popular, then yes, they were very high ranking. Gatane was 24th in the SSK, and Tano Ayaka was 53 in SSK, and Maho was 70. These are facts. And that's kind of like, and they were also high handshake sellers. Just to add that in. Those, like, there were many reasons and speculations, and like, because of this and this and this and this and this and that and that, it really throws you for a hurdle. It's like, if everything I read I took with a grain of salt, but it's like sometimes when you put 2 and 3 together you make 5, but if you put 4 and 1 together it also makes 5, and sometimes things, they would add up. But the good thing is that there's a new manager, and she said, and I love people like that, she got newly appointed, and she said, the first thing I'm going to do is talk to the member, or members, again, the plural thing, singular, and she would speak with Maho first thing. And that's great. Like, I love people that are like, I'm new, but this is what I'm going to do. Like, great, love her already. The new vice director, someone said he's a good guy, so I take it for it. He was in the Chaos stage, I think.
Yeah, he was at Chaos. Yeah.
I saw a picture of him and it was
Yeah.
funny. So, but they are around. They could. How they do it, I don't know. I don't know what's the right thing. I really don't. You could talk about, well, point A or thing A, they could do it like this. Thing 2, they can do it like that, and so forth and so forth. What we should not lose sight of was that Maho was the victim.
Yep.
I would also say that what we did not say was that when Maho was free, wrong word, I take it back. When the 2 guys left, she contacted another member. Who that is, we don't know, but there was a
we know.
contact.
That's Sugahariko.
Sugahariko.
Yeah,
That's
like I
That's
just
pretty
wanna
much.
say-
That's her best friend, pretty much.
that's true.
That's her best friend. She got to the family of Sugahariko to stay there.
Great family.
Right now, Sugahariko is also
Silent.
out because of physical condition. It's like, very good, whatever.
It's, again, Maho is the victim, but someone like her, very nice girl. I follow her.
Yeah, I know.
Suhair.
She's been on multiple showrooms with Maho. There's
And
always
pictures on
interactions.
Instagram.
No, these two are best friends, like very
So
close.
there's also her, and I think, and you know what? No, I'm gonna leave that for to end it off on what we want to happen, or what should happen, whatever you want to say it as. No, that's it. No, I'm just rambling.
Okay.
DX, take it away.
No. Furthermore, the change of the management, in my opinion, is just step 1.
Yeah.
Because as long as those perpetrators are on the streets, I'm not able to fully trust NGT48, to be quite honest. And I'm not the only one who's thinking
No,
like that.
that's true.
Even their sponsors are under high pressure as well.
2 of them are. Well, one of them already ended the contract.
Yep.
And the other one is still like, hey, we're about to negotiate for renew the contract, and we're now thinking like, nah, let's mind. It's like, that's not good. That's
like,
2 huge sponsors being gone. That's bad for the group.
So as long as I want NGT to have a positive, I want NGT to have a positive reputation again. However, if you're going into medical terms, the pus needs to be drained out first before you can start healing, I would say. So as long as the perpetrators are still on the streets, I'm not able to fully trust NGT at the moment, to be quite honest.
I think that's the well, this was some kind of step in the right direction. We still don't like the thing that he's been moved and not been fired. That's one thing, because we don't want him any kind of power in the position. But if I'm hearing this, basically, like you said, they moved him to a position where it's like the worst thing that could happen. He's just going there, has to work, and has no influence on the group anymore whatsoever. So that's a good thing, and we'll see what happens in that. Next step is then the prosecutors needs to be, well, the suspects. Well, we know who they are now. It's like they need to be removed from any event.
Yeah.
Not for a month, just
Permanently.
Permanently
banned, no contacts, and even though it's not officially said anything, if this still is a rumor, how about, you have the love ban rule, and
enforce it.
We talk about the love ban rule in ways that's like, hey, it's okay to have this, it's okay not to have it. In this case, it's like, okay, you don't need to go public or in a way, but those members who had love relationships, it's like, okay, it's hard to say this because I would like to maybe find a way to reinstate them Kenkyusei or not even be part of the group anymore. It's
the members.
The members, well, basically who were involved in some way.
That's another thing. Like, as long as the investigation is active, they won't say anything. But, and I'm gonna quote something, because of the Act of Protection of Personal Information and non-disclosure agreement, the the Japan society is pretty much preventing from revealing those names for privacy reasons, which is understandable.
It's normal. That's
It's
also in
normal,
other situations.
So they can't really say anything, even if members were involved. They won't say it. Like, management has said that it's ruled out. I'm not sure by this point anymore what to believe. Not even from them.
Well, it's been appointed by old management still. The
Yeah.
new management wasn't in active yet.
That's true. So I guess we have to see. But continue.
Yeah, it's like because of all the detective work people did, there are so many like connections through this.
Yeah.
Like I said, with the live stream, the showroom that's calling out the guy from Twitter who happens to, and the member who was it was Tano Ayaka. It's like
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird.
it's way too specific.
Yeah, exactly.
And if
Coincidental.
they haven't done a good relationship in there, and you know, with the Twitter unfollowing stuff, looking up that, basically it's the writing is on the wall, but is it true?
That's the point.
That's the
Yeah.
situation. But you know, I hope the Niigata police is still keeping this under investigation. And eventually, and it takes a while sometimes, and then
Yeah.
we want things done now. Of course, you want it now,
Of course.
but
I want it done well.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like I hate the fact that the old manager said that maybe Mahon is delusional. That was also like a weird situation.
Why would
But
you say that?
maybe they're right. We don't know. I don't think that. I absolutely don't think that.
I think she was emotional.
Yeah, I think that is a certain fact, as we could see. And I do like the fact that the community is still saying, "Don't forget this."
Yeah, exactly. That's actually something I want to applaud, because basically Japanese fans have reached out to the international fans to please work together on this and keep an eye out, because this has to be done right. And the media in Japan might be under AKS influence. However, international media isn't. So if we can keep international media up as well, we can still have a higher awareness, I would say.
Well, like I said, currently the community is doing good work, and basically we started this and we'll finish it till we see everything is in order. Do we think do I think personally that it will resolve well? Not 100%. What will happen is there will be some way to save face, and basically they have to renew the trust with fans. So that
Basically,
has to be
they need
built.
to start from they have to start over, pretty much.
Will everything will be solved? No. There will be stuff happening that we don't get on the radar. It's just we live in a day and age where social media is a thing, and it reaches out there to many levels. But these things, basically, not only AKS, these things happen every day. Like every corner, every street, everywhere in the world, there are moments where incidents like this happen, and we can all do, have this outrage and try to stop it. But in reality, we just can't stop everything. But that's why we have this voice, just to prevent as much as we can. I would like to see, the most thing I would like to see is an event where Yamaguchi Maho is biggest smile, tears, crying of joy, looking good, looking well. No, not malnourished or anything, not stressful, and still being thankful of being in this group.
Exactly. We basically want to have a genuine smile again. That's all we ask.
Any thoughts, Colin?
What I want to throw out there is that the new manager, the female and the male, they did say that there would be a third-party committee, as in when something happens to start investigate in a way. There will be probably new things in place that would prevent the members from doing illegal activities. And if I'm correct, there will also be like a better police force-ish kind of thing to safeguard the members for a while. And these things are, okay, it's better than the whistle, It's at least, like a better security.
They're moving dorms, I think. That was also...
Probably. I would like
Yeah.
that, but I can't remember if they blatantly said that. But
They haven't blatantly said it. It was more like someone leaked the general area of the dorms.
yeah, that's also true.
Inapu, right?
Probably. Maybe, we don't know.
We don't know.
There's also now talk at new events that like Bushun is saying, hey, we're gonna send fake Maho fans to that.
Again, you begin Bushun,
Speculation. It's like,
Yeah.
do not trust all this situation on that. Yeah.
But to go to my thoughts, the thing is, I'm gonna start with Maho. I want her to have an hiatus. I think that she should be checked and evaluated physically, mentally, and emotionally. Whatever happened, it is horrible for her on those 3 levels primarily. But that's just personally. And I think the best is hiatus or rest for a while to really recuperate, but also get the help she needs, that she really needs, like we would say she needs, like physically, mentally, and emotionally, to get to talk. I think that's a good thing, but to really, because she will be scared for a long time. Even Iriyama Anna weeks ago did like an interview with in relationship because of her show. She talked about what happened, and we covered this a bit a while ago about that she doesn't really have any trauma, but still sometimes she has an uneasy feeling. And with Maho, I'm gonna be totally honest. I would be surprised if she does not graduate. Like by this point, it's what happened to her, the assault, but also, and take it with a grain of salt, presumably that other members are intertwined with the whole situation, how it transpired. I imagine if that is the case, that there's at least one member that she just doesn't trust anymore. She doesn't trust, and she doesn't really trust management anymore in a way. So she's scared, I think, to go back if that's still the case. If that member potentially is still around, she really could be like, I don't want to do it anymore.
You can fix that.
Yeah, but will they be like that? That's another thing that I just want to say in case I forget. Anything NGT will do in the coming months, I think, will be looked at with a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
If they do their 5th single, people will be like, who's in it? Who's where? Are there new members in? Are there old members out? Where, hey, if the old member that's not in it anymore, did they had something to do with it, or are they pushed back? The 3rd row instead of the 2nd, or first. It's like everything they will do. It's like people will look into it like that. Pretty much guaranteed. Which is, not good or bad. I can't say, but also either way. About those members, if they were involved, the opinion is pretty much set. Like these 4, especially Gatane and Tano Ayaka, they have been getting so much hate on their Instagram. I looked at it's so much. They would get maybe 40 comments on their Instagram. I heard someone say, again, I don't follow those members to begin with, so I don't know. And instantly they had 800 and just hundreds of hate.
If you get stuck, you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever is true or not, opinion is set on those 2, and it's possible that their handshakes will decline. They won't participate in singles. Again, the change I just said, that will not good. Whether it's true or not, that's not up for debate.
You'll see the effect after this.
Oh yeah, and people will look into it. It's not over yet, but not for a long
because of this
time.
behavior, you'll see the effect afterwards on this.
I even when I earlier said about option 1, 2, and 3, they could cancel NGT altogether.
If this keeps up, maybe.
If this keeps up, yeah.
if there's no member that comes unharmed out of this, with the exception of Maho, then that will be curious to say the least. And that curious indeed. And it's the things will happen. Like I can see like people or members from that group graduate, or they will disband the team, or let the entire group go on a hiatus. That's a possibility. I mean, if the sponsors, are not enough to keep it up, and they can't really protect these members or do events to boost their morale in whatever way, shape, or form, it's a very rough time. And I both can see Maho graduate. I can also see Niigata just be cancelled, or NGT48, I should say. Niigata48 be cancelled. By this point, I can definitely see something along those lines. Like, she is either on an indefinite hiatus or for 6 months. Again, that depends on how much time she needs. I just say something as an example. And or not. She could be out on stage in, I don't know, say something, 3 weeks? We don't know. That time will tell in that regard.
Well, what I think will happen is, because of this movement, because of the love of all the fans,
Yeah.
I don't think she now has it in her to leave, because then she would feel not okay for abandoning us. Maybe that's a feeling that she has. Because the question is, why isn't she already been left if this already happened a month ago? That's already a question. If she didn't feel like. She still wants to be there because she wants to be an idol, and she loves that, and she wants to in Japan it's very hard to find something that you love, and she found it, and it hurts her in a way. So it's like, it would be like any other person would think like, I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna find something else. In Japan it's different, I would say.
Yeah, I do agree.
And now, especially with all the attention this has been getting, and she's basically the reason, all the hashtags we put out there. I don't think she has now the idea to leave. There's always an option. You can always find a way. You're moving to AKB48.
That's also a possibility that certain members,
yeah.
just saying certain members, will be transferred, which is also, something that...
Yeah, and NGT Shuffle, something like that.
Yeah, and then all those members spread out to... But yeah, that's another option to throw out there. I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, Sashi had this before, and it was...
True.
She was moving to HKT48. You can do that. You don't have to make a shuffle. The thing is now, I would like to see, this is what I'm hoping to see, is Yamaguchi Maho moves from NGT to AKB together with Sugahara Riko.
That, with a friend, that would be...
Yeah.
Just those two will move together to a new team, and basically they'll start over there. And then the rest will happen. Then means that I think then the appeal is like, okay, the ones we want safe are safe. And we'll see then what the backlash out of this is. But for now, or make it a temporary movement.
Yeah,
not even there's a Kenny movement, but your interactions are there, and then NGT Kenny movements in there.
Yeah.
Something. But right now, I'm not sure, of course, but I want to see Yamaguchi Maho safe. I want to see her smile again, in a way.
Healthy. In a good condition, physically, mentally, and emotionally.
Yeah.
Happy. That's also very important.
And graduation is, personally, I think maybe she's thinking also, is the easy way out, because then nothing will change. If she graduates, then
very solid argument.
Then all is for nothing. Then it's like, okay, we're moving on. There's a new manager, okay, but what about the rest? The one reason that we started is has left. So
it really is up to what she wants, and how she will further react to it. Like I said a bit about Anin and her bit of a trauma. Kawaii Arena was also in the case, and she graduated as well after a while. So
she couldn't handle handshake events anymore. She was always scared of the situation, and she's doing well now.
Yeah, that's true. And Maho could kind of have the same. Like it's I don't want to say either an Unen or a Kawaii Arena because that's just sounds wrong. But I do think that people understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah. Gotcha.
What will she do? Like, is it like this, or maybe something completely else?
Time will tell. But in the
will
meantime, keep supporting her. Use the hashtags whenever you need to.
Yep. Keep them flying.
Thank you to all the international crowds, translating to
Yes.
us, and all the people
Yes,
who've
thank
been
you.
doing the good work. I do like the fact we were talking a lot about speculations, but we all end the same thing in: do not trust these completely. And everybody who's posting something always says this is not official. Don't fall into for it. And I like that because we're all clear-headed. Our vision is clear, basically, on the option where we want to go with this, and we need to continue keep doing this.
Yes.
Because are we surprised? Yes, in a way, we are completely surprised how real this is. Do we want to do something about it? Yes. Will this happen in the future? Sadly say something will happen again, yes, because you never know what will happen backstage or underground or off time, off screen. We only see part of the coin, not the entire side. So anything else, guys, before we wrap this up?
No, only thing is keep the hashtags alive, I would say.
Yeah, I think talk about it.
Yeah.
Because at one point, no one will talk about it anymore, and that could be because it's over, done, solved, in a way, or it's a new week. And I don't mean I just say that as that could happen. Such things happen in real life. We don't want that, so keep talking about it. And I'm sure that management, the new two people in charge, in a way, will most likely elaborate on it and tell. At least that's what I want to say. For them to say what they will do and how things are going, because we don't want a year silence, aka Harupi.
Yeah.
Because that's not great either. But yeah, something along those lines.
Okay. I think that's a good way to wrap things up. No, we have some recommendation, of course, but I think the biggest recommendation we just mentioned. Keep going, doing the good work.
Yep.
We'll see what happens in the future. One more thing, guys, or you guys are good?
Again, I have like something. Again, SK Bingo is coming. Watch that. Lucky Girl ranking. Watch that.
Continuation of that.
Request hour is coming up. What will happen? That's probably the topic that we will talk about next week. Something fun for me. Kamen Rider Build Be the One. A new movie. And Matsuri Reina is in it. And if you love Matsuri Reina, if you just want a tiny sniff of Gekikara, I suggest watch that. It's just an hour long. You can find it easily. I loved it. Matsuri Reina was great. She had like maybe 4 or 5 scenes. Some small, some big, but it was quite enjoyable, to say the least. Just to see her be like evil. She does it so well. I love it.
Okay. DX, anything?
No.
Alright. Alright, then thank you so much for watching this week's episode of 48 Talk. And we'll see you next time then. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Yep.
Bye.